Welcome to the International School of Ho Chi Minh City American Academy's graduation ceremony 2018. We are very excited to be here, and we hope that you enjoy the day. I would like to remind everybody to please turn off your cell phone at this time, or to turn it on silent. Leading the graduating class will be our head of school, Mr. Mark Lewis, followed by the ISHCMC-American Academy faculty. And now if everyone would please stand up for the national anthem. Now, Mr. Mark Lewis the head of school of ISHCMC-American Academy, will welcome you and give his opening remarks. Please welcome Mr. Lewis.
I'd like to begin just by thanking everybody for coming here today. This is by far our biggest audience, and it looks great. I would also like to begin recognizing a few people who have here today. The first, one of our special guests is Mr. Bin. I can't see where he is. Mr. Bin, are you here? Mr. Bin has recently retired and worked at our school for 23 years. And even this morning, he was up here helping us. I'd also like to recognize our special guests, Miss Chris Burns and Miss Dan Tu, who are here from our admissions office, who, for many of these graduates, were their first point of entry. And I can see you sitting there proudly this morning, seeing that we made the right choice. So thank you for coming today. Miss Naomi, thank you for coming here and representing ISHCMC, our sister school. Thank you for being here this morning. Mr. Lei Chi Tong, the Director of Admissions from the Technical University of Ho Chi Minh City. Mr. James Nguyen, the owner of Suma Education. Mr. Jimmy Vanderkloot, the Managing Director of Oi Magazine. Dear graduates, your generation truly is inheriting a world with much uncertainty and challenges. It is good to know that there will be motivated people such as yourselves leading the charge towards the future with a skill set matched by their optimism. Graduates, in a few minutes you will be receiving your American Academy of Vietnam High School diplomas. At that moment, you will officially be an American high school graduate. Even if you go on to obtain a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or even a PhD, no other educational certificate will take you as long to earn as this one. Your diploma represents 12 years of study, dedication, and perseverance. When the certificate is in your possession, please accept it with pride and humility. Pride for completing this arduous journey, and humility because of the support that you have received along your journey. Parents, friends, relatives, and teachers of our graduates, I don't need to remind you to feel pride as I can see it bursting from you through your smiles and well wishes. The truth is that these fine young men and women would not be standing in front of you today if not for your investment in their dream to become a high school graduate. Your support, encouragement, and efforts have allowed them to stand on the stage today looking dapper and prepared in their graduation gowns. With this in mind, and on behalf of all this year's graduates, I would like to publicly thank you for all that you have contributed to their journey. In short, they would not be standing here today without you. Graduates, your time has come. You have earned it. Today's ceremony is about celebrating all the hard work and anguish that it took to get here. You should feel very proud of what you have accomplished, and soon you will be able to call yourself an American high school graduate, a dream of many and soon to be a realization for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Next, we have our first musical performance from some very talented students. Please welcome to the stage Jang, Ngao, Rose, Ying, and Sally. They will be performing a song called Ruk Ra Thang Nam. Please give them a warm welcome.
Good morning, everyone. It has been a pleasure getting to know the students and the parents of the class of 2018. I know this process for many of you started over a year ago with SAT and IELTS preparation. The seniors have really challenged themselves by choosing to enroll in advanced placement and Syracuse University courses, which hopefully will help them better prepare for their transition. 70% of them took at least one or more of these rigorous college-level courses. They were also involved in leadership roles and after-school activities while busy submitting college applications and revising countless drafts of essays and personal statements. Thank you to the teachers for being wonderful advocates and writing several recommendation letters. Thank you. All of this work has paid off. I'm happy to share with you that our students are truly global citizens. Our seniors submitted applications to just over 100 colleges and universities on 4 different continents. This is the first year that we've had students committed to enrolling in 6 different countries, including destinations such as Switzerland and Spain. While United States continues to remain a popular choice, with our students receiving offers from prestigious universities such as New York University, Bard College, University of Massachusetts Amherst, University of Washington, Baylor University, and American University, Canada is becoming increasingly a second favorite, with 5 of our students choosing to attend a university there as their top choice. Some of the top Canadian universities our students have been admitted to are University of Toronto, Simon Fraser University, and University of Calgary. We also have a dozen students planning to study in Australian universities, such as Monash University in Melbourne or RMIT right here in Vietnam. I feel very proud that half of our graduating seniors will be attending their first choice college, which is reflective of their thoughtful decision-making as they step into adulthood. And to add to that honor is an equally impressive figure of 25% of our seniors who obtained competitive merit-based scholarships with a grand total of $542,000 being awarded for the bachelor's degree. I look forward to hearing all about your future adventures and keeping in touch. Best wishes to all the graduates. You made it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Maria. Next, we're going to welcome to the stage Mr. Matthew Russell to introduce this year's Salutatorian Wing Jung Bao Maddie.
This is the 6th time I've come to this beautiful opera house to witness and commemorate the symbolic moment when our 12th grade students begin new journeys in their lives. Every year, I feel a tremendous sense of respect and accomplishment as I look at the wonderful people on this stage. And as I stand here ready to introduce our salutatorian, those feelings beam inside me and fill me to the brim. When I was asked to speak on Maddie's behalf, my mind immediately floated back to memories of a repeated occurrence in Maddie's grade 11 year. She would often begin English class with her head down on her desk, and when I asked her how she was, she would look up at me with tired eyes and say she was fine, with a sincere, beautiful, and bright smile. And then she would go to work expressing her intelligence in thoughtful written words, collaborating with and assisting her peers, or providing insightful and penetrating commentary into our classroom dialogue. The honor of being salutatorian or valedictorian of a graduating class is determined by a number we call GPA. But that number hardly represents the individuals who have been awarded these honors. In Maddie's case, it represents hard-nosed determination and effort, grit. It represents cheerful kindness and compassion. It represents a wonderful and intelligent sense of humor. It represents someone who shines in the lives of others, someone who has impacted my life, and someone who I admire. Thank you for that, Maddie. Would you please come to the podium as the salutatorian of the class of 2018? And would everyone in the audience please give her a round of applause?
Thank you, Mr. Russell, for your kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, friends, and the school faculty, thank you for coming here today. It is my great honor to be given the opportunity to stand here as your salutatorian, an award which does not account for my efforts, but also for the support of my beloved ones who always been there for me. First of all, I want to show my gratitude to my dear family. You're my mental support. You push me forward when I want to step back, because I know that you always wish me to become a grown-up, to try my best to succeed in life, and to be a kind-hearted person. Without you, I wouldn't have the courage to reach further, to confront the future ahead, and to stand here today. I remember the night before the AP exam, you decided to take me to a restaurant for dinner, for a change of atmosphere, and you said I should not study right before the exam to release my mind. And I had a lot of fun, because I totally forgot about the exam the next day. I'm not sure if it was a good thing, but I was very touched, because even though you couldn't help me with the academic work, you gave me the strength to overcome it. Thank you to all the parents for everything you have done for us, and we are sorry for the time we have let you down. But we will never forget your sacrifice in order to us to study in this environment. Thank you to all the teachers who have guided us on the journey to seek for knowledge and taught us to become contributors to the society. Thank you, Mr. Russell and Mr. Brew, for inspiring me to have a different perspective about my surroundings, understanding the human behavior in society and how life values can affect on us. These will be the lessons that I will never forget, because they mean so much to my future choices. Thank you, Ms. Maria, for advising me how to prepare for the next chapter of my life. I really appreciate your dedication to us when me and Tom were staying in your office until 6 p.m. to complete college applications, and you were willing to be there and assist us step by step. Thank you, Mr. Andrew, who always tries his best to make math class more interesting with your seemingly terrible jokes. I remember going through a lot of stress during grade 11 because of the sleepless night before the exams, and I was on the verge of making the one-time important decision about my future, about what I want to do and who I wanted to be. I wouldn't have been able to pull through if it were not for my parents, teachers, and also my friends. My friends have fulfilled my high school life and stayed side by side with me through the years. As Muhammad Ali once said, friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something you can learn in school, but if you haven't learned anything, you really haven't learned anything. Oh wait, if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. To whom, I know you're sitting down there, who has been a good friend of mine since 6th grade, there are no words to describe how blessed I am to have you as my private tutor when I was struggling with AP Biology, a great listener to all of my problems in school, and a smart guy who I always look up to. I hope that you can pursue your dream in America and become successful, because you deserve it. To Zhao, Kevin, and Quinn, you have always been my best friends since day one, and I couldn't imagine how I could have survived high school without you guys. You're one of a kind personality. Your sense of humor are unforgettable. There were jokes that choked us laughing nearly to death, in addition to Calvin's funny facial expressions. To be honest, high school is exactly the same as a drama series. There have been serious ups and downs during the years. Even some of us haven't had the chance to sit down and talk with each other. But in the end, we're finally here, enjoying our last moment of high school together and letting bygones be bygones. Someone used to say that youth is like a rainfall. Even if you caught a cold under this rain, You will always want to feel that rain one more time. I will miss everything that we did together, no matter how small or big they were. I will miss the gossip during lunchtime and the overly expensive food from Global Cafe that none of us ate and relied on Ethan's lunch instead. I will miss my time in Mr. Bruce's class when he always makes scuba riding so comfortable and how it enhanced our procrastination skills. I will miss my time in Mathie land when our friendship was totally gone in order to fight for the bonus point by reporting each other. I will miss Machine's bowling sessions where I was always at the bottom of the scoreboard. I will miss the talent show during our grade 11 field trip when all of us joined together and create one of the most memorable nights of our high school years. And now, I would like to give some words to my fellow graduates, class of 2018. After all the great memories we have had with each other, it is now the time for each of us to go on separate ways and begin the next step of our lives. As Ms. Nguyen once asked us, what is your mission of life? The important thing is, how are we going to design our life? Because you know yourself the best, and you know what you love. So try to listen to yourself. Stop playing around and focus on your purpose of life. Take chances. Make a plan as soon as possible and accomplish it so that you will never regret your decisions. Life is not meaningful anymore if you don't feel satisfied with what you're doing. To sum up everything I had to say, high school is officially over, and I'm grateful for these incredible years with you guys. Good luck on your journey to the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Maddie. Congratulations on your Salutatorian Award. At this time, we'd like to invite you to accept the plaque from Mr. Lewis. Mr. Lewis, could you please come to the stage? Now, we're ready to enjoy our second musical performance of the day from a senior duo, Yuan and Peter. They're going to perform a song called Count on Me. Please welcome them to the stage.
So the song is called Count on Me, and if you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find a way we came of to help our friends up, our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. And that's what friends supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. If you toss and you turn and you just can't fall asleep, I sing a song beside you. If you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Find a way we came off to help our friends who caught in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. And that's what friends supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. You were always there from the very start, and you watched my back when I had a broken heart. We would fight, say mean things, and threaten to walk away, but you and I both know that we would always stay here for each other, thick and thin. You're my brother, you and I, we both suffer, but we're there for one another. Yeah, this rap is lame, but the lyrics to this song express my love, and you know I'm the one you can count on. Sing along! You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. Like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. Yeah. And that's what friends supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, you can count on me that I can count on you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. You really nailed it. Good job. At this time, we'd like to recognize the student who has the highest academic results across all subject areas and is the highest achieving scholar at the school. Mr. Matthew Russell will take the stage again to introduce our 2018 valedictorian, Lei Huangman Peter.
Being selected to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2018. And since I've already shared my thoughts about GPA and how it represents so much more than just an average of a student's grades, I'll move straight into sharing a few small memories I have of Peter and why those memories inspire me. We often look for a thing in a person, something we can trust will hold solid, something we can rely on to make life better for everyone. I want to flash back to the year I first met Peter in his 10th grade English class. At that time, I saw a shy, intelligent boy from a good family who was very unsure of himself. For most of his grade 10 and 11 years, I think most of his teachers and his peers would have described him as clever or intelligent. I think most of his teachers may have even designated him as one of the most intelligent students they had in those years. But they may not have necessarily described him as confident. Very near the end of last school year, I asked students in my grade 11 English classes to bring a poem they liked or one they'd written to share with the class. It was one of those moments that you sometimes need at the end of a stressful school year, a release valve and a moment to bond before leaving each other for the summer. Peter came to period 8 with something he said he had written in the car on his way to school, something he was nervous about and did not feel confident to read to the class. When he did get his chance to stand up and share with us, it was as if a charge of creative lightning coursed through him. Not only was his writing admirable, but his performance was electric, infused with sincerity and emotion. This was my chance to see the thing he has, a collection of intellect, creativity, and compassion. He rendered a complete picture of a person we should all desire to be. This is his thing, his combination of talent and faculties that make me proud to be here today. When I was asked to speak on Peter's behalf, this small string of memories and feelings came to me. Memories of a quiet boy with all the intellectual strengths one could ask for, blossoming into a sensitive, creative, expressive young man who can do anything he wants in this world. The young man I am describing to you is the valedictorian of the class of 2018. Peter, would you please come to the podium, and would everyone please give a giant round of applause for Peter.
Before I start, I'd like to say I feel kind of bad about not thanking as many people in my speech as Maddie. But if I spent my entire speech thanking all my friends, it'd be a really short speech. So I'm going to go a different direction here. 4 years ago, I came to this opera house for the first time and sat where you all sat right now to watch the class of 2014 graduate. And no, it wasn't for an older sibling's graduation. I actually liked the seniors that were graduating that year. And I remember seeing a student come up here to this podium to give his speech, and he was recognized as that year's valedictorian. Of course, I didn't know what that word meant at the time, but I remember thinking, that must be the most intelligent students in school. Everyone must really like him. And that was what I always wanted to be ever since. But here today, standing here, all right, now as I was saying, the 2014 graduate valedictorian was the image of a student I always wanted to be. But standing here today, I realized this isn't it. I don't deserve to be standing up here when there are so many people smarter than me and have worked harder than me sitting right behind me. See, at the beginning of this year, I chose to fail my math placement test so I wouldn't have to take pre-cal. I transferred out of public affairs because I thought it'd be too hard. I didn't take any extracurriculars because I thought they affect my grades. But meanwhile, there are people that have done all those things and more and have made it here to graduate today. I wish I could just pick one of you to come up here and give this speech because all of you deserve it, for all of you done. But then I thought, maybe they didn't ask anyone else to give this speech because everyone else was so busy doing real work. Let's just ask Peter. He's not doing any important. Let the good students study. They don't have time to write a long speech. So I'll be speaking here to you today, not as valedictorian, but as a representative for all these incredible and talented students behind me. Seniors, I think it's fair to say throughout this year, we've had our fair share of differences. Different personalities, different opinions, making different arguments, spreading different rumors, and even sometimes separating into completely different social groups. But why are we so different? Well, to this question, I'll answer you with something I heard from another graduation speech I found online that I can't remember where anymore. So sorry for no MLA citation. Life is different. That's why it's beautiful. In the same way, every tree that grows in the forest is different. Every flower you've picked in the garden is different. Every animal you see in the wild is different. Every person you will ever meet will be different. That's why we are all different. Because that's what makes us beautiful. And after today, we will take all those beautiful differences and go our separate ways. Yes, after today, we will stop going to high school together. We will stop eating lunch together. We'll then stop seeing each other. And eventually, some of us will even stop talking to each other. But we will not stop. We will not stop because we will never forget all the people we have met during our years of high school and all the memories we have made with them. Like the time we ran through mud and rain for the scramble to do some silly challenges that we still don't know how the points work for. The time we all dressed up like businessmen and women and stayed all afternoon with Miss Maria for the senior night. The time we had to have 2 senior meetings because we just couldn't decide what to do for prom. Even those times, all of our arguments, all our ups, all our downs, all of our cheers and all of our tears. I hope we never forget them. Because it is because of them that has led us here today. Today with our caps on our heads, gowns on our backs, diplomas about to be in our hands, tears in our eyes but smile on our faces, because these memories will always be in our hearts. Today we say goodbye to the friends and mentors and the people we care. But we will not say goodbye to all the memories that we have shared. We will leave behind this school and travel to different coasts. But the memories of it, we will always hold close. As we embark on this journey we know nothing about, we will do great. And I say this with no doubt. I know we will go far, places never before seen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the class of 2018. Thank you.
Peter, congratulations on your tremendous achievement, and we all really look forward to seeing what you do next. At this time, we'd like to invite Mr. Mark Lewis to the stage to present you with a special valedictorian plaque. Every year, our students are surveyed to see if they want an outside speaker or to have one of their teachers deliver the commencement speech. Almost always, the students end up picking one of their teachers. This year was no different. This year's speaker was chosen for his kind and patient approach in the classroom, but also for his sharp wit and genuine connection with his students. Please welcome to the stage this year's commencement speaker, Mr. Andrew Mathie.
Hello, and welcome to all parents, family, educators, and guests. Let us also welcome the ISHCMC-American Academy graduating class of 2018. When Mr. Rob told me that I was chosen by the graduates to make a speech, I could immediately feel myself getting nervous, and 4 familiar words entered my mind. All the students that I've taught know what these words are, so I'll leave it to them to tell you. But now as I stand before you, nervous and sweaty, I really am honored that you chose me. I'm also a little surprised that you chose me, considering how many minus points I took away from you throughout the year. But I did that for a reason, to amuse myself. Just kidding, I do have a reason. And that reason is that I believe that our lives are a series of choices. Sometimes we make good choices and we're rewarded. Other times we make bad choices and we have to deal with the consequences. I wish that I made only good choices during my years in high school and university, but I must admit that I didn't. Graduates, I'd like to leave you with some things to consider as you continue your education. I'd like to share my mistakes with you and what I learned from them. Most of my big mistakes happened during my first year of university, which is something many of you will be starting in only a few short months. My first mistake when I was in my first year of university was that I was a terrible user of time. I learned pretty quickly when I tried to cram the night before my first calculus test and failed. Later on, I realized that I needed about a week to study for all my midterms and finals for every class if I wanted to get a good mark. This is way more time than what I needed in high school, since there was so much more stuff to cover in university and in such a short 12 weeks of time. I'm reminded of what Gandalf said in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. He said, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. There's enough time to do everything you need to do to succeed with your studies, but it's your choice how you spend that time. Don't repeat my mistake, and get your assignments done fast so you can have some extra time to enjoy yourself. And don't waste time because you can never get it back. My second mistake was not asking people for help. In high school, whenever I got stuck on a problem, I'd ask my friends or I'd ask my teacher, and I'd get the help that I needed. But in university, all of a sudden you have 300 other students in your class who I didn't know, who you won't know, and I would get really nervous if I was confused with something in class. I didn't want to put up my hand and ask a question in front of all those people. What I noticed later on was that very often someone would ask the very same question I'd been thinking. I also noticed that if I asked about what I was stuck on, it saved me way more time than trying to figure it out myself. Your teachers are there to help you in university, so make sure you go to their office hours. And I'm not the only one who thinks this. Professor Dumbledore from J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter said, "Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it." But you have to be brave enough to ask for help. You have to choose to fight against your nerves and be brave enough to raise your hand and have all those people turn in their seats and look at you. But if you choose to do that, the problem of being stuck on something goes away. And my last and final mistake during my first year of university was probably the one that harmed me the most. I got completely overwhelmed with stuff. And at times, I doubted my ability to be successful. I questioned if I made the right choice majoring in science in my first year. Labs, lectures, tutorials, assignments, it just seemed endless and impossible. I doubted myself. I didn't get good grades in my first year of university, but after many long talks with family and friends, I went back for my second year, stuck with it, and after a lot of hard work and dedication, I finished my degree. Each one of you has the ability to succeed if you're truly willing to work for it. I want to leave you with yet another quote from a wise person. "It is our choices, Harry, that show who we truly are, far more than our abilities." So try your best to make good choices, but when you make bad choices, try your best to learn from what happens. And thank you again for nominating me to speak at your graduation. It truly is an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 graduating class of ISHCMC-American Academy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. At this time, I'd like to welcome our Deputy Head of School, Mr. Michael Tower, and our high school counselor, Ms. Maria Bibler, to the stage to give out our special student awards.
This year's winner of the Language Arts Award is Naomi No Tanbi. This year's winner of the Mathematics Award is Chun Tinop Chun. This year's winner of the Music Award is Henry Ho Bu Kwok Fung. This year's winner of the Technology Award is Amy Levy. This year's winner of the Vietnamese Studies Award is Tran Thi Nop Tran. This year's winner of the Science Award is Martin Lin. This year's winner of the Psychology Award is Trum Trup Lam Tuin. This year's winner of the Mandarin Language Award is Kwak Fung Chang. This year's winner of the Drama Award is Zach Nguyen Huai Bao. This year's winner of the Visual Art Award is Marshall Tran Dang Thuy Vi. This year's winner of the Male Athlete of the Year Award is Martin Lin. This year's winner of the Female Athlete of the Year Award is Alice Chun Lu Fung An.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tower and Miss Maria. Last year, we began the tradition of choosing a special Head of School Award. This award is given to the student that has demonstrated outstanding abilities not only in academics, but in other aspects of student life. This year's awardee is a true standout in so many different categories. He was a student leader in Stuco, represented the school as a TEDx speaker. He's a 3-sport athlete and coach, and he speaks 3 languages fluently. Please welcome to the stage this year's Head of School Award winner, Martin Lin.
Thank you, Mr. Rob, for introducing me. And before I start my remarks, I want to say my thanks to a few people who have allowed and supported me during my time here at American Academy. First, I wanted to thank my parents for supporting me through all the times that I want to try different hobbies, expensive, cheap, and for being supportive of all the choices I made in regards to my future. I want to thank my best friend, KM, who has been more than just a friend for the past 6 years, but also a brother who has been through it all with me. I'm also thankful for the crazy group that I'm very lucky to be a part of, because who better to be hammered by senioritis than those who are experiencing it with you. For the most part of my middle school and high school years, I had lost the joy in literature. But Mr. Russell, you helped me find that joy again, sparking my interest, reigniting whatever ember that was left inside of me. So thank you, Mr. Russell, for challenging me for the past 2 years as my English teacher, for allowing me to reach further down my potential, helping this kid find his joy in writing again. And I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors in Nagoya. I want to thank Mr. Darren for being a mentor, not just in sport, but in life as well. I'm grateful for all of the life lessons you have taught me, and despite you being the Mets fan, how are the Mets doing? It has been a privilege to have been your intern this year. I want to thank Mr. Tower, even though most of the time that I spent with you was on the couch waiting outside your office, begging you to give me something to do. I want to thank Mr. Nelson for making my time in super biology an experience that is filled with laughter and joy, for giving me a chance to be a scientist before I even embark on this journey in my adult life. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank Mr. Joseph Bendick. You have been more than just a teacher during the years that I've known you. You are more than just a coach. You're more than a mentor. You're more than a teacher. You were the one that showed me where my true strength was. You were part of the reason why I'm here standing confidently, being who I am right now. It was because you took me under your wing. From being a student in AP biology, from being a player on your volleyball team, to being your assistant coach, your second in command, it gave me the confidence to be who I am. It showed me what kind of person that I can be. The reason why I want to be a doctor is because that you showed me my love for biology. So thank you, Mr. Bendick. Now, for the majority of my childhood and behind all this bravado and confidence and achievements, I failed more than I succeeded. I was never the star athlete, nor was I ever the smartest person in elementary. I was also the toughest to be motivated to do anything. Yes, I was a bright student. Yes, I was proactive. But the thing is, I was lazy. My friend, KM, can definitely vouch how much of a slack and a lazy ass I was. Now, high school came, and things didn't change immediately, and it wasn't handled right away, but it wasn't until 10th grade that things started to change for the better. I was finally doing my homework, I was being more organized, taking the time to do things. Then opportunities were coming in left and right, and these opportunities are the reason why I'm here today. Now, I will admit, even now I am terrible at math. I still spend most of my free time on Netflix watching movies, but if I see an opportunity that has benefits for me and will reward me with experience, I will take it. Thanks to that, I got a chance to be captain of the volleyball team in my 11th grade year. The only student to be a head coach in the school, and a TEDx speaker. How many students can say at the age of 18 they were a TEDx speaker? So my advice to this class and those before me is, don't be afraid of taking risk. Don't be afraid of uncertainty that you'll have in life. We are young, we are afforded that luxury, and there is no shortcut in life. The best way to finding out who and what you are is to fail. To fail is not a crime. In fact, it is a gift from life, one that we don't give it enough credit for. So venture out, get out of your comfort zone, spread your wings, and a story where you know the ending is never as exciting as the one where that unfolds right before your eyes. And so this award is an indication of all those opportunities that you have tackled, all the risks you have taken. And it is a marker for what a student at American Academy is. So Godspeed to you all. Thank you and have a good day.
Congratulations, Martin. At this time, we're going to ask you to accept a special award from Mr. Lewis. treat to have all of them sing for us here at the end of the ceremony. Phạm Khánh An Bình. Lê Long Chiều Cody. Mạc Gia Chính. Võ Danh Triệu DT. Trần Cao Anh. Trần Hải Nam Troy. Hà Phúc Đạt Jones. Dương Ngọc Sơn Hà Bruce. Hà Thành Trực Calvin. Lâm Kỳ Phong Tom. Lin Yu Juan Martin. Nguyễn Thái Thảo Vi Amy. Nguyễn Hoài Bảo Zach. Đỗ Ngọc Bảo Tú Kathy. Lâm Hương Phước Ethan. Lê Hoàng Minh Peter. Hoàng Phạm Gia Anh. Ngô Trần Duy Anh. Quách Phương Trang. Phạm Trung Kiên Kent. Hồ Ngọc Cẩm Tú Rose. Nguyễn Lê Khuê Anh Annie. Lao Lê Diền. Trương Trúc Lâm Tuyền. Nguyễn Trần Gia Bảo Maddie. Vấn Ngọc Lên Tina. Lê Nguyễn Phương Nhi Selena. Hồ Bửu Quốc Phòng Henry. Nguyễn Đỗ Phương Quynh Quinn. Nguyễn Thị Đồng Vân Kate. Nguyễn Phụng Nhi Sally. Nỗ Thanh Vi Naomi. Trần Thị Ngọc Trân. Trần Đặng Thúy Vi Marshall. Lê Vi Amy. Lê Duy Quang Jack. Trần Lữ Phương Anh Alice. Trần Ngọc Quốc Bảo Patrick. Lê Hoàng Như Khanh Carly. Vũ Vân Anh Vicky. Võ Nguyên Bích Ngọc. Congratulations, senior class of 2018. Now Mr. Lewis will present the graduating class.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor in my position of the head of school at the International School of Ho Chi Minh City American Academy to present to you for the first time the class of 2018.
I feel good. I know that I would not. I feel good. I know that I would not. So good, so good. I got you. I feel nice. The chicken slice. I feel good. I knew that I would not. So good, so good. I got you.
been 4 years of my life here at American Academy, and to sum it up, it's been a very roller coaster ride. I had my ups and downs. I wasn't really good in the beginning, but it took some time, and I'm proud to call this place my home. It's an amazing place to be, and today is just more remarkable. It's 12 years of my life that led to this point, so I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here today, and I'll have probably 2 more graduation in my future, but this has to be. It's been 4 years of my life here at ISHCMC-American Academy, and what can I say? It's been a great ride. There were ups and downs, and there were times when I was feeling unmotivated to do anything, but I'm proud to, on this day, to call ISHCMC-American Academy as my home. And today is one of those many days that I will remember forever, and I'm proud to be a Sun Bears. Go Sun Bears!
Well, I've been at ISHCMC-American Academy for so long. There's really been so much great memories. Like, can't really name them all. I've watched friends go and new friends come, and as teachers as well. And I'll meet people that I'll never forget. And this ceremony was really something that I'll always keep in my heart, because it really is the end and the beginning of something new.
I feel very grateful to be in this graduation, and also after this ceremony, really like a little really weird feeling for me when I sing with my friends the song History. Like, we can be all together at once to sing the song. Yeah, and now I'm a little bit emotional after the speech of Peter. Yeah, I am going to Los Angeles Film School this summer to study film production. I feel very grateful in this ceremony and very emotional too. And also, I feel the most emotional thing I have ever been to is sing the song History with my classmates. This summer, I will go to Los Angeles Film School to study film production. Go Sun Bears!
Okay, hi, I'm Maddie, and today I'm a senior and I'm graduating. And what's my feeling today? I think I feel really happy because today I get to reunion with my friends and my families, and I get to see my friends for the last time. Yeah, so it's very emotional for me. Yeah, and in the future, I think I will go to Canada, the University of Calgary. Yeah. Okay, so my advice for the Schmitz class of 2018 is take the chances. Well, do what you love, do what you're good at, and just make a plan, do it,